there's not too much to deliberate about on this deal. I think the Winnipeg fans will think we came out ahead here. So I ended up making a trade with the Columbus Blue Jackets. I traded a bunch of AHLers that were just not great. Medium bottom six potential in there, a couple of medium nines, but very low overall. A couple of medium seventh defensemen, and then an AHL top six forward that's 28. They didn't want him, but I made the case for him because he was going to be their 14th forward. So in case of injuries, he can step in. So I only got two seventh round picks, and I think it's a sweet proposal, as they say. So we'll take it. Two seventh round picks. Both belong to Columbus, one for this year and one for next year. So a trade I'm gonna pull off here with the Anaheim Ducks. I'm gonna acquire Tristan Luneau. He's a 79 overall, top six defenseman. So he's ready for initial minutes. His medium four potential at 21, and I'm giving him 2 seconds. My second, St. Louis's second, and this prospect here, Yarventi, left wing sniper, 66 overall, medium top six potential. If you take a look at his stats, very unlikely to develop, but just in case, might be something that, you know, in case he has crazy growth, could develop, potentially into, like, let's say, a scoring third line forward, at best, I would say. So I think that this trade is like the most realistic in this sense, because I'm not fleecing the system. They were asking for 2/3, but sending 2/3 for a guy that is probably going to develop into at least 85 is kind of a fleece job. So, with that being said, I know the value is heavily in my favor, but can't look at that in game. In game, it's very skewed. So, will the trade go through? Yes, it will. Well, this is an absolute no-brainer for us here in Anaheim. I'm going to accept this deal before you change your mind about it. Here I am. I'm gonna trade my two third-round picks for 2027 in exchange for Alex Holtz from the Vegas Golden Knights. He's a right-wing sniper, medium top six potential, 80 overall. I plan on playing him some prime minutes this year at the NHL level, and hopefully he can slot in to either next to Malkin or Crosby and score some goals for me. Not. Alright, so an updated version of this trade. I'm going to trade Raquel in the third for Max Domi, Michelli now, Nicholas Robertson I'm going to include in there as well. He's going to be playing on my third line. Um, he's already got very solid attributes, and I think could be an elite third liner for me in the future. So will this trade go through? Yes, it will. I'm happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and we consider it a done deal. Here I am going to try to acquire a fourth round draft pick from the Anaheim Ducks for Samuel Poulin. Then this Pustinen guy, Valtteri Pustinen, a sniper, 73 overall. And then Melvin Fernstrom. He's a medium nine uh, right winger with medium nine, top nine potential. And he's a sniper. So would that go through though? That's what I'm trying to find out. Oh, yes, it will. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in Anaheim, so we're accepting your trade offer. Send Kolpanen and Imama to Dallas for a 2026 seventh round draft pick, which belongs to Toronto. And the trade will not go through. Oh, sadly, I'm gonna have to pay to get them off the books. Well, that's kind of sad. So
Just do a 7 for a 7, I guess, or something.
I'll exchange. Depends if they have a better seven. Do they have a better seven? No, they don't.
Maybe you can do a 7 for a 6 with the 2. Sometimes that works.
Toronto. I mean, Toronto's gonna be better than, let's say, Columbus. I'm gonna switch that. All right, there we go. I doubt anybody would think Dallas came out on the short end of the stick with this trade, so it's a done deal. All right. So I'm gonna make a big trade here with the Calgary Flames. I'm gonna acquire Rasmus Anderson for Brian Rust, Zonin, and the second round draft pick. I was thinking about keeping Rust at first, but man, Rasmus Anderson, he's 28. I can still see myself keeping him around for like the next 7 years. locking him up. Once we're out of that rebuild, you know, he's gonna be one of the core pieces on that blue line anyways, especially after Carlson Letang leaves. So
Ooh.
with all that being said, will this trade go through? Yes, it will. I'm happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Calgary Flames, and we consider it a done deal. Let's go.
Let the
This
run.
AHL minor backup goalie, 73 overall, Philip Larson. Uh, gonna basically exchange our 7th round draft picks for next year. They seem like they are in need of a goalie because they only have 3 guys signed right now. Devin Cooley is their starting goalie in the AHL, and then now they can have their backup. So basically for free. I ended up just trading Eric Comrie and the 7th round draft pick, which belonged, I believe, to Utah in this upcoming draft, for a 3rd round pick that belongs to Philly for next year's draft. Let's go. Thanks to the Calgary Flames. They could use him as a 4C for just the 5th and the 7th round draft pick, so they're just adding depth. And they're rumored right now to try to make a move to upgrade at the forward position anyways, and Kevin Hayes would at least fit the bill for the number 4C, so I'll take that trade. Traded Anthony Mantha at 50% retained to the New York Rangers for their 2 third-round draft picks, one for this year, one for next year. Let's go. Trade Ryan Shea here to the LA Kings. That's going to be basically their 7th D, either at the NHL or the AHL level, doesn't matter. He's solid, 77 overall, depth defenseman. Very well worth a 7th round pick, especially with the fact that I'm playing with injuries. So let's go. Send Tanner Howe to the Colorado Avalanche for their 4th round draft pick in 2026. Make another trade. I'm going to send Noah Chari to the Seattle Kraken for a 5th and a 7th round draft pick. Anderson to a modified no trade clause for the next 6 years. It's an extension, of course, at 6.7 million per 6-7, and he's gonna be allowed to be traded to half of the teams around the league. So I think it's a very good contract. Philip Tomasino we signed for 2 years at 2.45. Nicholas Robertson we signed to 2 years at, I believe, 2.6. So pretty solid contracts. I'm pretty happy. All right, so here's the starting lineup for your Pittsburgh Penguins for year number 1. I'm going to show you guys the AHL team as well in just a second, but we got Max Domi, Sidney Crosby, and Alex Holtz on that first line. Justin Brazeau, Evgeny Malkin, Michelli on the second line. Heinen, Novak, and Robertson on the third line, and then Tomasino, Lazard, and Duer on the fourth line. So obviously the center core is not half bad, like especially Malkin and Crosby down the middle, but it's just the wingers that are weak. The bottom 6 is okay. We'll see just how much production we get from them. Defensively, we got Eric Carlson Letang running at a +5, Rasmus Anderson with Luneau, and then Graves with Clifton. So I'm definitely going to need to work on the chemistries for those guys. And then in net, you have Joel Blomqvist and Arthur Shilov. So scratch players are Robbie Fabry, Matt Dumba, and Ilya Samsonov for injuries. And then in the AHL, you got Denisenko, McGrory, Vrana, Kostin, Athanasiou, Harvey Pinard, Aston Reese, Loco, Ryan, McGinn, Lewis, and Koivunen. Defensively, Sebastian Aho, Pickering, Alexeyev with Witherspoon, and then Caleb Jones with St. Ivany. And then in net, you have Martin Jones and Murashov. I'm going to let Murashov, though. No, he's actually going to be a backup. Never mind. I'm going to let Martin Jones start the games. Or maybe we'll see how Murashov plays, because he's a young goalie. I want to give him a chance. I want him to develop, so we'll see. We're gonna run the youngins, and we're going to see what happens. So, yeah. I gotta go ahead and edit my trading block though really quickly, and I'm gonna show you guys afterwards what I came up with. Alright, our first game of the year, we're gonna simulate it in real time against the New York Rangers in New York. First period, it's 0-0, shots are 9 apiece. Second period, it is 3-1 for the Rangers. We started off with a power play goal from Max Domi, and then Zibanejad, Radish, and Cooley answered with 3 unanswered for the Rangers. Shots are 23-15 now after 2 periods. We'll see if we can come back. Adams Fox, though, says, "Not yet, buddy," and he makes it a 3-goal game now instead of a 2, and the Rangers are dominating on their home ice. You look at the shots; it's not really that close of a game. Dan Heinen gets us within 2. Malkin scores a power play goal to get us within 1. Can we get that tying goal? We can't. Trocheck and then Sam Carrick score both on Blomqvist. We get a power play at the end that we can't capitalize on. So unfortunately, not a. We did allow quite a bit of shots, but I'm not. I'm still not happy with. Luno was a -4. Oof, that's rough. That second pair, and then Blomqvist 36 saves on 42 shots. Not a great game per se. It's the first game, so we'll see how it all transpires. I could always make that move though. I can always play Luno on that bottom pair. We can see if maybe that's going to help because it's a +2 with Graves and Anderson. So I might as well try that and try Connor Clifton on the bottom pair with him. And then we'll just go from there. And yeah. Now, the only thing I might want to do is when it comes to the. Let's see. Is Connor Clifton? I mean, if he's listed as a top 6, I don't mind. Yeah. Just the issue is. Luno is not going to get as much ice time now. I'm going to track his ice time. We'll see how much he gets per game. But hopefully he gets just enough to be able to still grow and still have good stats for us. So I'm going to go with Shelovs now. And we'll see what happens. Alright, so let's sim to the next game. Alright, up against the New York Islanders. Arthur Shelovs in net now. It's a 6-1 win. There you go. What a win. Big one right there. 966 save percentage for him coming out of that game. Sid the Kid with 4 points. That's what I'm talking about. All right, another game against the Rangers now. We'll see if we can get our revenge. Brendan Smith. Um, 77 overall, depth defenseman. We don't necessarily need him. We already have depth defenseman at the AHL level. He would just be a contract to be taken on. No thanks. There's better waiver wire pickups later in the year. The Rangers are off to a 2-0 start despite Shesterkin only having 892 save percentage. And that was in that first game where he allowed 3 goals against us. So let's see if we can keep our fortunes going here. And if we can win yet another one and get our revenge against the Rangers. And we don't. We actually lose 6-1. So we lose by a bigger score this time. And Arthur Shilovs just did not have a good game. So I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, we're gonna take him out. We'll see what. I mean, I'm willing to give each guy 2 games, which is fine. But yeah, that's definitely a rough one, though, I will say. So yeah, I guess we're gonna go back to Blomqvist. We're gonna see what he can do for us in that next game. We can even try what's his name? Because we have 3 goalies that we can run, so I can always try Samsonov, and then we'll kind of go from there. So let's try Samsonov. In the AHL, we won 3-0, and then up against the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, we lose 5-2. Okay. All right. So NHL, sim to next game against the Ducks. Samsonov up against Lucas Dosto, who has had not so good numbers to start the year. And we win 3-2. So that's a good one right there for Ilya Samsonov. So he's going to stay in net up against the LA Kings, where our record is at 2-2 now. And we take a drumming 7-5. I mean, at least we scored 5, but damn, we can't keep the puck out of the net, that's for sure. Not sure what's going on though. It's definitely defensively for sure. We're not even that bad. It's just, man, Luno, man, -6, bro. Oof. Like he might honestly benefit from having a year in the AHL. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, is he waiver eligible? Um, he's not waiver eligible. That's good. I might honestly just make that move now because, bro, Connor Clifton is only -2, and like Tristan Luneau is a -6. Like, he's definitely, I think, getting sent down. I can't really play him when the guy just isn't producing. So, um, yeah, probably like Witherspoon, I guess we can bring up instead of him. So we'll do that. But I can't be allowing to run that guy on the bottom pair. He's just not doing good at all. And then the extra lines, let's see. Extra attacker. He's the worst rated player on our team. There you go. And then I'm gonna slot him in here, which is perfect. He's gonna be playing as a right-handed defenseman. I mean, I can even do something like this, where Sebastian Aho plays with Alexeyev, and then I play Pickering with Luneau, you know? I think that might be even better. Let those two young guys just take over and do their thing. And then play Luneau here as well. Make him grow. That's probably going to be best for his development, personally. And then we'll put Alexeyev here. So, after the first month of play, your Pittsburgh Penguins that are at a record of 6-6, 5-5 in their last 10. We've just been one up and one down the whole year. It's like we have one good game, one bad game, one good game, one bad game. We're so far fifth in the league in goals for. We're 31st though in goals against, so that's not great. But that's been mostly because of our goaltending. Our power play is fifth at 22%, and our penalty kill is decent. It's been going up lately, so we're on the uptrend there. I'm going to show you guys the stats as well for our team, for the players individually. We'll take a look at that. So for forwards, you got Crosby 18, Malkin with 16, Domi with 10, Novak with 10, surprisingly. Heinen with 8, Brazeau with 6, Holtz with 6, Robertson with 5 assists, Michelli with 2 goals, 2 assists, Tomasino with 3 assists, Dewar with 2 points, Lazar with 1 goal. So we're expecting more out of our fourth line, but it is what it is. Erik Karlsson 14 points, Rasmus Anderson with 7, Clifton with 4, Chris Letang with 4 in 12 games. Witherspoon's got 3 points, a +4. We brought him up to play on that bottom pair instead of Luneau, and he's actually made a positive impact on both himself and Connor Clifton. And Ryan Graves has started playing better with Rasmus Anderson as well. Rasmus Anderson was being held down by Luneau as well. They were like a -3 combined in that first game that we played against the Rangers, where we lost 6-3. And then the net, this is what I'm talking about. You got 4 games out of both Blomqvist and Samsonov, a combined save percentage of in the 870s range, which is just not good enough. Shilovs is the only guy that's been decent for us so far. Samsonov has been kind of up and down, one good game, one bad game, and Blomqvist most the one that's most noteworthy because he's been the one that's been the worst out of the 3. At the AHL level, you got so far Murashov at a 900 save percentage. Martin Jones has got an 890. He had a really good first 2 games, and in his last 2 games, he was not so good in. Alex, then that's your stats for the AHL team. Most importantly, we're tracking Pickering here with 4 assists, and Luneau, who is in 7 games, has only got a +1 with no points. For forwards, we're tracking McGroarty. He was out with an injury, but he's got 4 points in 7 games, a +2. And then let me see. There was another guy I think I was trying to track as well. Maybe not, but that's about it. We got three prospects down there that we're tracking right now, and as well as of course Sergei Murashov. We'll see how he does, and maybe he can become our future backup goalie. So that's it, I guess, for the month, and we're gonna continue on with the simulation. All right, so I'm going to be taking this trade from the Vancouver Canucks. I just absolutely have to. Blake Lazard and Sebastian Aho for a second round pick and a fifth round draft pick. I mean, Blake Lazard is just, he's not been doing good for us on the fourth line, anyways. We get a second and a fifth. I mean, that's what the computer is offering. I'm going to take it. All right, this is our updated AHL defensive group because we ended up trading one of our AHL defensemen in Sebastian Aho. But basically, what ended up happening was Caleb Jones ended up just taking Sebastian Aho's spot, and then England we just picked up from the Nashville Predators on the waiver wire. He's listed as a depth defenseman, so he's probably going to be pretty decent in overall as well. So literally perfect pickup. And then for our NHL team, I mean, it's kind of a seamless transition. Fabre's just going to fill in as our 4C. And honestly, 78 faceoffs is actually pretty decent for a center anyways. We ended up sending down Blomqvist in 5 games. He's got a 877 save percentage. I just could not keep playing him at the NHL level. That game against Minnesota just did it for me. I know we didn't score any goals, but he didn't help us out either, and um, I think he's going to benefit off of playing at the AHL level. At least he's shown more ability to be able to be a little bit more consistent, whereas with Blomqvist, like you can see, outside of one decent game this year where he got a 3-2 win in regulation, it's just been nothing but disappointment. So um, Martin Joe's going to get a crack here against the Seattle Kraken, who have a similar record to real life. I mean, I could see them being at this point at least in real life. I mean, I think they have two regulation losses and like four in OT, and they have 6 wins. So I could definitely see that team being right around that number. But Joey Daccord has been doing really good for Seattle, so that's good for them. We'll see if Martin Jones though can spark something for us because he's not been doing so good in the AHL as well. So we'll see after one game what he's all about. So Reimer keeps winning for our AHL team. He's going to stay in. And Martin Jones, he had a decent game. We lost 3-0. We just couldn't score goals. So that's the issue. So yeah, we're just going to sim until the end of the month and I'll bring you guys back in for that. On December 1st, we're definitely not looking too fantastic, I will say. Could be doing better. Record of 10, 13, and 1. We're 3 and 7 in their last 10. Whereas our AHL team, they've started to turn their fortunes around. They're 9 and 1 in their last 10, despite Blancos being an 854 save percentage in 2 games. I just don't get it with this guy. 14 and 7 is their record. Kolosov seems to be doing well for the Phantoms, and we're playing against their NHL team anyways on the first. Um, yeah, we're gonna go through the stats. I just want to show you guys the team stats though. The penalty kill has gone worse, but it's been better over the last couple of games. Our power play is still hanging in there. We're still scoring goals at a good clip, but we're just allowing too many goals, man. Like, uh, Philly is barely better than us, but it's just you look at their goaltending numbers too. Like, it just doesn't help when you have that kind of bad goaltending, you know. We're last in the division, so at this point in time, it is a weak Metro from what I can see, because literally the Islanders are fourth in the division with 24 points and they're 2 games below 500. So it is quite possible that, you know, if we decided to start playing some good hockey, that we could make a run for the playoffs. We're only 4 points out of a playoff spot right now. Everybody in the East, even Detroit, are still in it. So it seems like the East right now is just weak. Comparatively speaking to the West, well, it's a different story because Vegas is holding out the last wildcard spot and they have 31 points for perspective. So a team like the Flames, for example, that would be basically um, tied with the Islanders for fourth best in the division, is seventh in the Pacific, but would be only 1 point out of a playoff spot. In the West, there's 7 points out of a playoff spot. So it's like teams like the Preds and the Blackhawks don't have much of anything going for themselves either, and they're not very likely to make the playoffs at this point in time. The Ducks, though, they're doing just too awful. They shouldn't be that bad. The Flames, though, with already 8 overtime losses, holy crap. At least they're keeping games close, but man, that's actually ridiculous. Already this early on in the year as well, they're like on pace to have like over 20 OT losses this year. Like it's actually crazy. Um, so yeah, that's what we're looking at, and yeah. So I mean, right now, oh, I didn't mean to sim. Oh man. Uh, I'm gonna save it here, but I hope there was a saved file that we had at some point. Um, I just want to go back to it and just make sure maybe it's possible. No, the last one is in October. Yeah, no, unfortunately. Alright, well, I simmed by accident. I guess we're gonna be doing lines now in every second of the month, so that's kind of annoying, but yeah, not a great game there for Shilov, so I'm just gonna take him out, and we're gonna put Samsonov in net. Literally getting blown out by Philly though was actually crazy. That's some crazy work right there by our NHL team. So yeah, you can see though Crosby and the star players, they're playing well, but it's just their goaltending is just not pulling any weight right now at all. The only reason we're anywhere close to a playoff spot is because of Crosby and Malkin, and that's it, and Erik Karlsson. That's it. Everybody else, though, they have to look at themselves in the mirror, you know? So, take a look at these point totals and stuff like that. 32 points for Crosby, 25 for Malkin. Domi's doing well on that first line. Novak is still doing really good on that third line. Holtz has got 13 points. Heinen's got 13 on that third line. Michelli's got 12. Brazo's got 11. Robertson's got 9. Dewar 7. Our fourth line has gone better, I will say, with Fabry. They've started playing better. Tomasino 4 assists. Not a great year so far. But Robbie Fabry, 5 points, 4 goals in 12 games. Defensively, Erik Karlsson 27 points in 25 games. Rasmus Anderson with 12. Chris Letang, despite playing with Erik Karlsson, has only got 11, and he's a -9. Connor Clifton has got 6 points. Graves got 4, and Witherspoon's got 3. So, but yeah, but this is what I'm talking about. Not a single goalie above 900 save percentage for this team. This is what's dragging this team down right now. So. Only if we have better luck in net. But yeah, we're just gonna keep simming, and I'll bring you guys in again. I'm gonna show you guys the HO team now. I want to show you guys where they're at. So first of all, team stats. They're 7th in goals for, 13th in goals against, 11th on the power play. Their penalty kill is still solid though, so don't look at that 23rd in the league and think it's bad. The percentage itself is actually very solid. Um, but yeah, let me take a look at their let me see. Let me take a look at their point totals. Let's see what we got for them. I want to see if any of our young guys are doing good. So McGroarty's got 12 points. He's a -3. So not great, but hopefully next year, you know, he's going to be at the NHL level for us. Niero's got 12 points in 14 games. Um, Derek Ryan, Denisenko. That first line is not really doing so well. That's the issue. Pickering's got 10 points. He's a +11, so that's really good. Leno, yeah, he's definitely started producing 9 points, +9. So, yeah, he was definitely AHL level, but not NHL ready yet. Caleb Jones there with 6 points. St. Ivany. England's has had solid campaign for us so far. Yeah, he's 78 overall. So he's a solid waiver wire pickup. And net, James Reimer's got a 922, so he's our best goalie by far. And Murashov, though, I don't know, man. He doesn't even look like AH already right now. So, Hopefully, maybe next year is going to be better for him. But Blomqvist has worse numbers in 2 games. So, yeah. Anyways, though, let's go ahead and keep semming, and we'll see what happens soon. Pittsburgh Penguins on New Year's of 2026 have a record of 14, 23, and 1. We're 1 and 9 in our last 10. That last stretch there did it for us. We're not making the playoffs. I can say that with like basically 99.9% certainty at this point in time. The Blue Jackets, the Metro has picked it up a little bit, so has the Atlantic. So we're 11 points back at the Blue Jackets. Unless we go on a crazy like winning streak, we're not making the playoffs. Um, the West has really tightened up, especially in the Pacific. There's still 7 teams that can potentially make the playoffs out of that division. The Flames have went on a bit of a run. Wow, they were, I think, um, 8, 11, and 8 or something like that the last time I checked. So they theoretically won an 11 and 2 run in their last 13 games. So if we go on the run like that, then yeah, we're back in the playoff picture. But not happening unless we're getting actual consistent good goaltending, and that's not happening for us. So we're gonna take a look at these, uh, team numbers right now. We're 19th in goals for. We're still dead last in goals against. We're 12th on the power play. We're 31st on the penalty kill. Just not pulling our weight at all. Like I think again, most of it I can attribute to goaltending. I don't think our PK is that bad, because the guys that we're playing, they're plus players on the third line. So how can you be plus players? Like if they were crazy minus players, I would understand it. But even our fourth liners, it's not like they're double digit in the minus category. They're minus players, sure, but it's not like they're the reason that we're losing games anyway. So we'll take a look at the point totals. But yeah, you can see like Crosby minus 21, but 42 points. We've probably been scored shorthanded on as well. Domi 26 points, Malkin 34. That first line, man, like it's rough. Their plus minus is really rough. Um, it's a combination of Crosby having to carry, but also we're just not a very good team. We're not getting goaltending. Novak is somebody I would like to probably extend because he's actually playing really well for us. Heinen, Robertson, that third line has just been really good for us. Um, and yeah, Robbie Fabry has really turned fortunes around for a fourth line. So it's definitely not our bottom six at all. Um, Eric Carlson's got 33 points. Anderson with 16. Letang with 15. Graves with 8. So yeah, maybe at this point we look into trading Graves because, well, it's not like he's doing too well anyways, and I'm gonna look and see how much Novak wants. I probably should have extended him earlier on, but it's fine. See what Gino wants. Gino doesn't even want that bad of a contract, honestly. He wants a no trade. I mean, I can give him a no move. He can retire as a Pittsburgh Penguin. That's totally cool with me. I mean, if I can bring that cap down a little bit, though, well, yeah, I can still bring it down to like 7 million. Uh, Probably 6.95 gets it done, I would say, for Gino. So I would say why not? Um, and I mean, what I can do though is um, not reduced, but we can do uh, a no movement, a modified no move, no trade. So it's basically 20 teams. So like the only team he gets traded to is a playoff team anyways. So I can do that for him. I'm gonna have to go higher on the money, but I don't think it's that bad. Honestly, 7.2 I think for 2 years I think is pretty fair for Gino Malkin. So we're gonna offer that to him. We're gonna see what he says. Connor Clifton, I mean, he's been having a decent year for us on the bottom pair. Well, depends what he's looking for. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I know with the growing cap and everything, but still, I'm not signing him to that. Michelli right now, what is he looking for? At least he's come down in his asking price, but still, I don't know if, I mean, if he's a second liner, yeah, it just depends how much he grows and stuff like that. I'm just not comfortable signing him right now. Novak is already actually signed, so that's good. I think next year is this, yeah, is this last year. So that's good. He could be definitely trade bait come the draft because he's having a really good year for us. I don't know if anybody else though. Maybe Domi. Depends on what kind of year he has on Crosby's wing. Like if he puts up 60 years or 60 points, I should say 60 years. He's not 60 years of age yet, but Brazo, I mean, I don't even know. Like he's not even having that great of a year anyway, so it's whatever. Alexander Holtz, like he's having a decent year so far on that first line, but yeah, I could definitely lock him in into something like that. 2 years, still gonna be an RFA. I'd say 2.45 for 2 years, I think, and I'll be happy with Holtz on that front. And yeah, Nick Robertson we signed to 2 years at 2.6 million, so it's not a bad contract whatsoever. And then yeah, Graves, he's down to 80 overall as well, so he doesn't look like he's all that happy anyway. So we might as well, see if we can find him a trade partner. And like right now, we can take a look at his stats and we can see what he's all about. So first of all, he's a top six defenseman, getting overpaid for sure, but it's not like he has a crazy like. He's only got 18 no trade list, so it's not really that bad. He's actually good defensively as well. So somebody that's looking to pick up some salary wouldn't mind. It's not a 14 no trade list. I did not do that, so. That's also another thing there too that I need to. So Sanderson, 16 team no trade list. I'm pretty sure you remember that, and it says 14 no trade list. So I guess it's better for me. Look, 26 tradable teams this year, and next year it's gonna be even more. It's gonna be 28 teams he can be traded to. Let's go. Hell yeah. For EA Sports, I'll take it though. But yeah. Outside of that, like I think we extended Tomasino as well for 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it was like around 2.45, as I said. So, I mean, he's doing pretty solid himself, but um, especially considering the team that he's playing on, yeah, he's got 8 points. He's getting penalty kill time, sure, but still. Um, Heinen, Novak, Robertson. It's good that they're doing well, though. Just kind of sucks that this top six is just not pulling their weight, but we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you guys the AHL team as well. I want to show you guys quickly how our AHL guys are doing. So 23 points from McGrody at +3 now. He's turned his fortunes around a little bit. Pickering has got 14 points +23, so that's good for him. Luneau, don't look at his NHL stats. His AHL stats, though, he's been pretty solid. 16 points in 31 games. He's a +21, so that's good. Alexei, is he still doing? Uh, Not doing nowhere as good as he was doing with, I will say. I just think that pairing with him and Kemp actually works better. I actually might play Kemp just because he was actually helping Alexeyev quite a bit. And then England, he's been playing well so far with St. Ivany, so I don't see why you would change that. But yeah, it looks like maybe Caleb Jones is going to be the guy that's going to be scratched. Um, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna play. Basically, what I'm gonna do is probably replace him though. He's not gonna be on the power play. He can't be on the power play. Let's see who I can have in there. St. Ivany is a two-way. Um, yeah, I can still have St. Ivany in there. That's fine. Let's see, that's fine. And then let's see, Alexeyev and Kemp. Switch that around. Switch that around one more time. And then extra lines, let's see. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. 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 I mean, Luno right now is a better defenseman than Pickering, so I might as well switch them around here. For this one as well, I might as well do it as well. Because you can't play both sides. And then, yeah, Harvey Bernard, Pickering, there you go. Craig Smith. How has that third line been doing? I'm just curious. Yeah, +9, 19 points. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, they've been on fire. And then no, it's not gonna be England. I mean, it still could be because he's not getting any other ice time outside of that, but I can't put Kemp in there. Well, that means St. Ivany then somebody then is gonna have to take a spot for sure. I can't have him in there. That's fine, I guess. Or oh no, it can be St. Ive. Actually no, it's gotta be Kemp. So then, well, if Kemp is playing, then yeah, it's gotta be St. Ivany. Then I gotta take St. Ivany out of there. So at least on the power play, I'm not gonna have him there. I'm gonna have somebody else. Probably like double pair Luno. Who cares, you know? Just give him some more ice time because why not? Or instead of doing that though, because Pickering would get less ice time because of that. I'm gonna put in maybe one of our two-way forwards in there. I mean, Craig Smith deserves it though. He's been playing absolutely lights out, so he definitely deserves that extra ice time. And then Luno, yeah. And then on the penalty kill, yep. 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 We're good on that. I'm pretty sure Craig Smith can take the face-offs. I'm not sure. Actually, not really. Trevor Lewis. Anybody that can take face-off? I mean, those are only our bottom six guys. It's kind of the issue. Matt Nieto? Nah. Nah, I guess, yeah, it's fine. We'll keep it like that. But yeah, alright. Lunon, Pickering, Alexeyev. Alright, so yeah, we should be good on that front then. Alright, now let's go through and do these guys' fits on the first line and everything like that. Alright, so that's gonna be it, guys, for episode number 1. I'm gonna try to make sure that I keep each episode to a decent length time. I don't want to make it too long. I think we covered enough bases on this episode, and in the next one, we're gonna continue the simulation in year number 1. We're gonna see what kind of moves we're gonna make at the deadline. We'll see if it's gonna be big moves or smaller moves, and we'll try to do what's best for the team moving forward. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, make sure to share it on all social platforms, And my name is Nikita Nazarov. This is the gaming channel for all gaming fans to be in. Gaming with Nikitos, and I'll see you guys all soon.